ever since me and my best friend got married to our respective wives, I feel like our communication is just really skyrocketed. And more than ever, I just feel like I know everything about my best friend. Well, really, my brother.
Never in my life have I known every single detail about another guy. I mean, the ups, the downs, everything. And I know it all through my wife.
Hey, babe, what's up? Wait, Jake's wife told you what? He's got another cyst on his back? And he's nervous about it? Well, I would be too. Thanks for telling me.
Oh, hey, are you with Trey's wife? Okay, great. Can you have her tell Trey that I know he's stressed about the baby? And I know it's going to be tough, but I am there for him, thick and thin, no matter what.
Turn the game on?
Yeah, I think halftime's almost over.
You guys gotta go see that opening skit. It's one of my favorites, and it's what I'm living. Ever since my buddies got married, I know more about them, but we talk even less.
It's beautiful.
We just rely on our wives to tell me. Kate, it's a beautiful thing, in a way. Kate would be like, "Have you heard he's really struggling with this?" And I'm like, "No, thanks for up." He's never mentioned that ever, but I'm not gonna mention it either. But you tell his wife that I'm thinking about him.
Mm-hmm. And it's not because you guys haven't been hanging out.
Oh no, every weekly basis, yeah.
Yeah, this has happened to me. This happened to me literally yesterday on the golf course. My dad was in town, so we went golfing. We ended up golfing with my sister's fiance and then another friend of mine. And on one hole, it was like everyone decided to just like, hey, I have to like dump this on you really quickly. So first, like I just got done hitting. My dad's like, oh, by the way, I meant to tell you, we thought your mom had cancer last week. Turns out it's fine, though.
Oh, my gosh.
And I was like, oh my gosh.
I feel like I'm a big enough boy. You could have told me that.
Yeah. I was like, okay, wow. And then he's like, anyway, yeah, that's that. And then I get in the golf cart.
But we are getting divorced, though. So.
And then I get in the golf cart with my sister's fiance, Braden. Love him. He's the man. And he's like, hey, by the way, I keep meaning to ask you, I'd like you to be a groomsman in our wedding. I was just like, oh my gosh! Like it was just like a bunch of like every guy is
the
just
turn
like,
first.
Yeah, like are we doing announcements? Okay, it was like a church service.
One happened and it gave everyone the courage to like keep talking.
That is such a male idea. You're like, all right, this Band-Aid's been ripped off. Let's keep it quick.
We're being
here.
a little sentimental here. Let's make it tight, and all the sentimental things happen at the same time.
There was a fourth guy with us, and I was just scared to talk to him the rest of the time. I was like, what does he have for me? He's going to tell me he's got fleas or something.
I like. Katie will show me in like a group text of the girl. She'll be like, "Look at this," and it'll be like one of the girls, like really just razzed another girl in the group. Mm-hmm. And I like to think it's opposite. Like when we finally just rip a Band-Aid off, like, by the way, man, I love you. Been going through some stuff. Got it. Back to. It's like they do the opposite the whole time, and then when one of them roasts the other, we're like, "I'm so proud of you, babe. That's hilarious." See, it did. And then Katie will be like, "Should I not have? Do you think their feelings be hurt?" Like, hey, that's like with us. She's like, do you think any of you will cry? I'm like, if we're lucky, we won't.
Girls are very particular about sarcasm in a group chat. It is almost like that you can't do it. I feel like from what I've learned.
I think it's funny and I like appreciate it no matter what, but a lot of girls don't. So you kind of just have to be careful.
I mean, the amount of ha's that Rachel will throw at the end of like a very normal
sentence. Like,
I just need them to know I'm joking. I'm like, it's a very funny. I think they'll know. She's like, you gotta make sure. I was like, wow, that is not how guys text.
I'm afraid we might be creating a monster, Jake, with Katie having been on the podcast. She's already getting a big head. And in the last week, she's really been crushing it within the friend group. She's getting compliments, people telling her she's funny. She's had a couple good moments lately. We were discussing her
roll music.
Oh, pregnancy brain.
Pregnancy brain.
Okay, roll that music. We can't now do that.
Correct opinions. Correct opinions.
Stop moving. It feels right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Now.
Yeah, that's right. The average person has around 12 paid subscriptions. You got it just right.
Yeah, that was crazy on my second try.
Really, though, if you think you're only subscribed to a handful of things, double check because the average person has 12. And with Rocket Money, you can quickly identify and cancel all those unwanted subscriptions because I think we can all admit we might be subscribed to something we forgot about, right? Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill, is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place.
Even if you know what all your subscriptions are, they will go and tell you if the price went up, which is pretty helpful.
Yep. So get it. It's helped me cancel some things. The average person saves up to $720 a year.
Sure.
So stop throwing your money away. Cancel unwanted subscriptions and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/Trey. That's rocketmoney.com/Trey. rocketmoney.com/Trey.
We're back real quick. Katie's here on the pod.
Yeah, everyone, I'm here still.
Due
the
date
baby
was
is
how many days
still
ago?
inside of me.
Due date was,
It was on Thursday.
well, now which is which? Because the whole time since February 23rd, Katie's like, I went back and really crunched some numbers.
Oh, you
A couple
recrunched them.
days off.
I did.
So
but
maybe it's arguably February 25th.
Yeah, but like the official one from the doctor was the 23rd.
Okay.
Wait,
Okay.
wait, hold on. What were the numbers you crunched?
I mean,
If you
That's
say
very
conception,
inappropriate to ask.
yeah, do you know what you're asking or not?
Nope.
Just curious.
I didn't know if
I
that's
hardly
what you
know.
meant or if you're like,
So,
I mean, the
Jake,
doctor's guessing.
The way that the babies are made is when a
It's
woman
with
is
the bird, I know.
When did that stork come over? But wait, what was I talking about? We were talking about
Katie's a
Katie.
comedian now.
I'm afraid she might be. We were like, I was very proud of her in front of everyone. I was like, that was great. We were hanging out with some of our closest friends and we start joking around with just how much weight Katie's gained or something. And she offered this up. I didn't go, Katie, tell him how much you weigh.
Tell him, get a scale out.
She offered it up. And one of my buddies kind of jabs me with his elbow and he goes, that's more than me. And he's like a slender guy,
Okay.
for context. And Katie goes, she's like, she heard him. She's like, well, let's be clear. That's not a me problem. That's a you problem.
Got him.
Oh, God, everyone. Oh, big rise. It was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Dang, that's hard to come back from if you're that guy.
Yeah.
Like, gosh, why did I say anything? I'm so stupid.
But Katie is here. If you're listening to this, she's very likely, unless something crazy happens in the next, we're going into induce tomorrow, which as you're listening to this would be now.
Yeah.
So send up
if
a prayer
you're listening
that
to this,
it has happened or it is happening
Yeah, you're right.
safely
Yeah.
and healthily. If you're listening,
Yeah.
that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
We're time traveling. But she's here recording today at 40 and a half weeks.
Yep.
Feeling all right?
I'm not like 100%, but I'm
I think
here.
the last 3 days you've
Yeah.
done like getting into bed. She's like, ugh. It's like, you ever seen I mean this
hard
with
to
all due
move.
respect. Have you seen like when a seal kind of goes on the ice
That's
shelf?
what I was thinking, like a seal breaching. Yeah.
That's her going, like the bed is the ice shelf. And she's like, ugh.
I mean,
Throwing a couple barks in there.
that is exactly how I feel.
But she's hanging in
Trey
there.
has
She's here.
to kind of like, if I wake up to go to the bathroom, it's like preferable if he wakes up and pushes me off the bed. It's way easier than
kind of like greases you up and
Yeah.
then just shoves you off. You slide off
It is
easier.
bizarre. Y'all just saw me try to help her up from the couch and kind of like
you needed a
stumble
second
forward.
hand.
It is a weird because pre-pregnant Katie, I'd like bump into her and she'd nearly fly across the room.
Mm-hmm.
And now in the middle of the night, I'm like, heave ho! Get her out of the bed. But yeah, she doesn't want to be here. I told her she has to.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
I told you
committed.
guys, he's making me work until I deliver, until
Yep.
we go to the hospital.
Old school.
Yeah, I might have a live stream coming the night of.
Yeah.
Always working.
Yeah, if it's a long labor, I have to get some content out of it.
Oh my god.
It is impressive that you're here right now because I heard you're starting to be dilated.
Yeah, yeah.
Show them. I can tell they
That's
don't
something
believe you.
Yeah.
I don't think they
Is
buy
that-
it.
Can you show?
Yeah.
A lot of people react to my Instagram story. I was teasing Katie because she's been doing curb walks. I'm learning. I don't know all this stuff where you walk on a curb, kind of wonky, and that's supposed to help. There's all these techniques. She's been pounding dates, like the food. Not she hasn't been like. She's like, I gotta meet a new guy every night.
I went with an Italian man
It
and
confuses
a
the body and makes it go.
Yeah.
Costa Rican man.
Some of these made sense. She moves on like on a big yoga ball, which I guess moves the hips around to help. So
Wild.
and I've been throwing her ideas too. And I know Jake, you've been helping me out
I'd
with some
love
of these ideas.
some more ideas because I'd like for this to happen soon.
I've been ways to kind of get this going, open her up a little bit, just to run some hot water on it. So I've been we
It's
just
like a cold windshield.
yeah, or like a bottle of ketchup. We just run with hot water, kind of on your lower back.
Oh,
I like that. Treat it like it's any other thing.
You ever done that? Bottle of ketchup, then right off.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds nice.
Okay.
Some hot water.
1 for 1.
You got any ideas?
I mean, if we're going to treat it like something else, turn it off and then turn it back on again. See if that works.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like computer problems or...
That's interesting. Yeah. So, kind of do what, that I kind of ooze naturally. Confidence, sex appeal.
Yeah.
And then be like, hey, I'd rather play video games than support you through birth.
That should turn it off.
Turn it off.
Yeah.
Furious. And then just go back, forth.
Kind of a reset. Yeah. Like hitting the pin on the router. Hold it down for 10 seconds.
Speaking of kind of the video game on and off thing when it's
Yeah.
not working, 90s kids know in 64, blow on it. So blow on the cartridge.
That's great.
I'm done with that one.
Yeah, I think you should be done with that one. Yeah.
People oftentimes they'll say like it needs to like, oh, I feel like I'm ready to pop, and I'd say just I don't know much about the womb. Let's just put a pin in it then. Let's just pop it.
Pop it.
Just hey, you're waiting on it to pop.
That's a great one. I thought, speaking of the
I think these ideas are not
ketchup bottle, 45-degree angle.
not
yeah.
really
So
working.
it all comes
guys.
back to the ketchup.
They get you back on the stirrups like that, and people say, no, you should stand up.
You
the
gotta
way
hit-
the cave women
you
did
hit
it.
the 45.
It's a 45, actually.
Yeah. Last one for me. I think just correct me, the baby is in kind of some fluid and some water right now. Yeah. I think we play the Jaws theme song. What gets someone swimming faster than thinking a shark is nearby?
Da-da. That's, yeah. Okay.
That'll get
We'll
them
implement
swimming
those
out
tonight.
of there. Yeah.
Should be good to go. What's the app say you're at?
Let's see.
What do the baby apps say you're at when you're past? Do they just say you're on your own? Or?
They like self undownload themselves.
Yeah.
It's like you don't need me anymore.
Yeah, it just says anytime now.
Really?
Yep.
They're all out of items.
Does it say they're the size of anything?
Yep.
It's a really, really big pizza.
We have so that's still saying 40 weeks because I haven't crossed quite over to 41. So is as big as a Build-A-Bear.
Whoa.
Did you guys ever make a Build-A-Bear?
I had a Build-A-Bear phase. I'm going to be honest. I'd go in there.
Phase. How many did you have?
This wasn't like one time at the mall.
For me, it was like one time.
For a while. Yeah.
You're like,
I feel like I made a few, to be honest.
for an entire summer when I was 9, that was Build-A-Bear. Gosh, I got nothing done.
That's a good
it myself.
indicator you came from some money because those were not cheap.
Did they do it where
don't
on your
remember.
birthday you paid how old you were?
Did
think
they?
that was a
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Okay, Build-A-Bear.
I think I went on my birthday. I think that's probably the only reason I got one.
I just remember really mixing up a fun bear. I go in there, I'm like, give me a little bit of this, give me a little bit of that. I was into it.
Wow,
Throwing some cotton candy, eat it later. Yeah.
I didn't know this about
It's
you.
like the movie set one. I bet it's the size of what it was E.T. a while back. So maybe a Ewok.
Okay.
A Wookiee
Yeah.
from Star Wars.
I'll go with
Sorry if I'm offending the Ewoks if I'm mispronouncing it.
I'm gonna go with the Beast from Beauty and the Beast arm. Seems like the
Oh.
shape that they like on this app.
Okay. Rocky's boxing gloves.
Oh.
The two. Ooh. Future Jake Paul.
Yeah, that's what we're making.
What's up, Jake Paulers?
The snack, per usual snack. The snack one is pretty interesting.
Okay.
As big as a full sheet cake.
Oh my gosh.
Dang.
Dang. He's going to be delicious.
I mean,
Full size.
Better
sheet
be a
cake.
vanilla cake. No surprise. We are very
TV.
surprised about the hair color. So I come from a family, every single person I've ever met in my family have dark brown hair.
You dominant genes.
And everyone in her family's got the blonde hair. So it's weird in my head the whole time. I'm just picturing a brown haired kid. But I'm realizing that's not necessarily what's going to happen.
Yeah.
There's some redheads on her side.
there is.
They're gonna really, from what I remember in
We don't
7th
know.
grade Punnett squares, they're gonna have to really fight through those capital, uppercase R's. Those are pretty strong. I think you're gonna win this one.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know.
That makes sense though, right?
I mean,
everyone on your side's blonde.
My mom isn't.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, one of my brothers has very red hair.
Yeah, you got some red in the mix.
Yeah.
We just watched the Murdoch documentary.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
talk about those.
Segue, because I keep joking, like, what if he looks like a Murdoch boy?
Don't look
boss.
like Paul Murdoch.
Hilarious.
Guys, he's healthy.
Hilarious.
8-pound, 4-ounce boy. We're in love, but he honestly looks like Alec Murdoch.
Okay, let's talk about that name. It's spelled Alex, Alex, but everyone says Alec.
I thought I was going crazy. Rachel fell asleep, so I have no one to talk to about this.
Very
I'm like,
frustrating.
Alex is being pronounced Alec, and Murdaugh is being pronounced Murdoch. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
It was so annoying.
What's
I
happening
even
is-
heard Alex Murdoch himself say his own name a couple different ways.
I put on subtitles. I was like rewinding it, turning up the volume.
'Cause
I'm
the
like,
first-
they're saying Murdoch.
The first time I heard him, he said, look, it was so confusing because we had subtitles. It's saying she's saying Alec, but it's spelled Alex. So I'm like,
Yeah.
does that one woman have it wrong? And they're saying Alec, but I heard someone else say Alex, probably because they just were reading it phonetically.
Sure.
And then I heard him finally be like, my name's Alexander, and they're like, I go by Alex, spelled Alex. So and I'm like, kind of getting it. But the first time he spoke, he said it's Murdoch.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, okay, he's actually pronouncing the G like Murdoch, but he's got a southern drawl and he's saying it fast. He's like Alec Murdoch.
Yeah.
But the second time later, he's straight up like OCK, like
Yeah,
Murdoch.
he ocked it. Yeah, I remember
Like,
that.
They don't even know what their name are.
Yeah, no wonder these people are scoundrels.
They
If
don't
you
know what
met
the name is.
They don't even know what their name is.
Get your name right.
I'm from Georgia. It's pretty close to South Carolina.
Man. But that was a great documentary. I was very excited because I'd seen a lot of their stuff on TikTok and social media of this crazy, like,
I had no
people keep
idea.
dying around these people, and it was like a hard watch, but really fascinating. And yeah, I
thought it was so
picturing my
interesting.
son in them.
Yeah. Just like, please don't look like Buster.
Buster.
Katie, I'm gonna be honest. We had a name in mind, but he's a buster through and through.
Oh my
He
God.
just looks like Buster. Remember those numbers you were crunching earlier? I thought what was so interesting was I've never really seen a documentary where everything took place in the Snapchat era. I mean, these kids filmed the documentary for them.
That is
It was
Oh, yeah.
fascinating. I mean, 80% of it was filmed on Snapchat.
yeah.
It was awesome. It was just
That is fast. I mean,
interesting.
documentary's only gonna get better.
Yeah,
There are plenty of
they're only gonna
documentation.
have more footage to work with, and yeah, that they did a good job. I liked the good old boy in the flannel and the recliner.
Oh yeah.
I liked him.
He
Yeah,
really reminded
was.
me
He's
of
a true Southern gentleman.
He reminded me of guys that I went to high school with, very much so.
Okay.
True Southern gentleman.
A nice loyal friend. I also like, just from a production standpoint, a lot of the other people needed several different days to knock out their interview.
Oh.
Morgan had 3 different outfits.
That's true.
But whatever good old boy's name was, one day knocked it all out. One outfit,
true.
one chair.
He's like, listen, I'm going trapping this weekend. We got to wrap this up. And
It's
when
got to be today.
like a 22-year-old cute blonde girl, we can't do several outfits. All those girls look the same. Like, cause her and the girl who sadly
Oh,
died.
I see what you're saying. For our sake.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's like,
I'm not-
and
I
they're all the
literally had
same
to go-
name.
I had to talk to my cute blonde girl, Katie, and be like, okay, whoa, who's that now? She's like,
Miley-
that's the same girl. I'm like, how do you automatically know that?
Yeah.
They look too similar.
And yeah, their names were crazy.
yeah, Miley,
Mallory,
Maggie.
That's what it sounded like. Yeah.
And they're all switching outfits.
There was a Mallory and a Miley, and the country boy is like, yeah, we went over there, Miley. And they're like, I got to put the subtitles on. His name Alex, Miley, Miley. Which one is she?
Yeah.
I get it. Can you imagine? Like, you know what? It's like it's kind of bad of us and kind of racist, but it is hard. Like, I think if they just someone sat down with me and taught me, I could do this. But you know, Chinese, Korean, Vietnamese, that like our dumb American brains are just like, I can't. I'm sure if someone just walked me through, can you imagine the flip side? They walk over here, they go to like a college town, and they're like, I'm supposed to tell the difference between these blonde girls? There's no way.
Yeah. Or the same way that we view like Chinese writing. You'd be like, how do you tell the difference in that like house looking church
Yeah,
and that
that's
one?
wild.
And then they are like, how do we tell the difference in Mallory, and Megan?
Yeah.
So I get sent a dozen white guys with brown hair and a brown beard every day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's same thing. But I
But
looked at
other than that, really good documentary. Really interesting.
really good. Really good.
Yeah. Do you think so? They released this the same week that what's his name, Alan Murdoch, is going to trial.
Brilliant.
And they had to do that on purpose.
Perfectly timed.
Do you
For
think
sure.
they had this ready to go and were waiting for the trial, or do you think they rushed it to like get it out on time for the trial?
I think they had it ready.
Yeah, good for them.
timed it for the trial.
Yeah, smart. It's working.
It is. Ooh, what's the update on the trial? Derek, can you look that up? Alec Murdoch. Spell that.
No, it's Alec.
Alec Murdoch.
Alec Murdoch.
Murdoch.
That was good. It was heartbreaking, but he finishes. Okay, Alec Murdoch.
One thing
finishes
that
testimony.
The documentary didn't say much about that I've seen much more about on TikTok was the Snapchat video from Paul. Have you guys seen that?
I was surprised. I'd seen that recently, so that must have broken just recently
Must have.
after production. But
Yeah.
What was it?
Basically, so Alec was, his alibi was I was napping and then I woke up and went and checked on my mom or my parents.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't even there when they got murdered. Well, there's Paul has a Snapchat of him like petting the dogs or letting them out or something like that, and you can hear, and it's timestamped like 8:44 p.m. So it was.
Yeah.
They think this was like 7 minutes before they died, and you don't see Alec, but you hear his voice.
no, you do see him. I
you do?
swear.
I don't think you see him.
Look this up. I
because I thought in trial Alec confirmed that was his voice.
I had seen one where there was also a video, like within an hour of it, and in this video on Paul's Snapchat, Alec Murdoch has a different shirt on.
Oh,
than when the
yeah.
So like, it's so interesting. You change shirts once the paramedics arrived.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so obvious. He has
So scary.
literally killed like 5 people.
Yeah.
That's
The
horrific.
the son thing. When I first watched the documentary, I'm like, I don't think he would have killed his own
Right.
You got some,
son.
Derek?
You guys want to watch it?
Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. Yep.
The video you just watched was sent on Snapchat by Alec Murdoch's son on the day he was murdered. Prosecutors allege this video proves that the disgraced lawyer was with his son Paul at their South Carolina home before he was killed.
Okay.
And then that's enough. That's enough. There's the so that outfit he has on is different than what he had on when they arrived.
And that's like within the same hour?
Yeah, that was like within a pretty.
Also, Trey and I talked about this. How come their driveway stops like way before their house and then you just drive on grass?
She didn't approve of the design of the multi-million-dollar vacation
I'm a little
home.
confused.
It was bizarre. A very beautiful long drive, and it stopped short.
Well, that's where they want to take down Gloria or whatever her name was. They needed a landing spot for her dead body.
Yeah, no kidding. Ugh.
That was crazy too. Did they just
Yeah.
push her down the stairs and all get their stories
And it
straight?
sounds like she like was close like to Paul, like helped raise him, and like
Yeah.
I mean, that's so messed up.
Weird. But hey, you are about to live with a girl. That's nicer than the Murdochs.
Yeah. It's coming up. We got 3 months from today, the day we're recording this.
Wow.
I got the STD in the mail. Thank you.
Good. Yeah, we like to send them out right before the wedding. So you'll get the invitation day of. So just know that you are invited. You don't need to RSVP. Just we plan on you coming.
Right on.
Yeah, we're a little behind on some stuff, but it's still gonna happen. It's gonna be fun. And yeah, I feel like I'm starting to see differences in like every time I like might leave Rachel's house and then go back to my house where I live with 4 dudes. The differences are becoming starker and starker. Just like the thing that really set me off, but that I noticed right away was like I had just taken like some things to Rachel's trash, and it's just so clean, it's so immaculate, it's scented trash bags. The trash in my house with 5 dudes living there, I've never not had to throw something away without like giving it CPR to like push it down, you know? I didn't even know we had a bottom of the trash can. I thought the whole thing was just at the brim permanently. You know, I've never seen that before.
It is a stark difference when you go from I lived with a couple dudes straight to wife, and it's a pleasant adjustment. You know, I think it's a net positive for sure.
Yeah.
Overall, you think?
I'd have to make a list.
You think?
You know, but I mean, there's pros and cons to everything in life, right?
Yeah.
Your trash is always full, but and ours was too as dudes. But when you live with a woman, you're never full because the dinner she prepares is 300 calories worth of greens, which feed her but not you.
Look how trim you are.
I know, looking great.
Starving. If you were to come to my house today on February 27th, you would see that our Christmas tree is still up.
Oh, Merry Christmas!
Thank you. Stockings are still up on the
Yikes.
chimney.
Way behind or way ahead?
Yeah,
I don't know.
We got the countdown on the mantle. It's all there. Yeah.
I think we've celebrated and taken down 2 separate holidays since Christmas. So.
Well, Happy holidays to you as well.
New Year's
When-
and Valentine's and
St. Patrick's Day is coming? Baby. I mean,
Baby
we're gonna
day?
have the "It's a Boy"
birthday,
everywhere.
they call it.
Jake,
Baby day?
just curious. So
How weird is it if
who-
right when he comes out, if I start singing "Happy Birthday"? Is that something that
I think a nurse will be
Parents do.
assigned to that.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to do that.
it is a
Yeah,
birthday?
and
Right?
it's like this: "Happy birthday! We're so proud of you. Happy birthday!"
They pushed him out of you. Happy. Do you think you would like that?
And they
in the
put a
moment
little
for
sombrero on
singing?
him.
I don't
birthday.
think I'm just for seeing myself. I don't think I'm gonna like
Why
it.
is he covered all in poo? Happy birthday. Katie, you did so good. It's only a 2-degree tear. They'll sew you up real good. Happy birthday.
Okay.
Lot of songs.
I
you
feel
can
like
do.
that'll get the spirits up. I think the
Absolutely
spirits
should
up.
not sing that right
I'm
after.
prepared.
Nope.
What else, Jake?
Happy. Oh, no, I'm kidding. What other songs? Okay. No.
What do you think the average person has 12 of?
Oh, children or cats?
Wrong and wrong.
Dang
it's
it.
paid subscriptions.
Oh,
Close to those, but
close.
But really think about that. If you think you're only subscribed to a handful of services, chances are you want to double check that. And with Rocket Money, you can quickly identify and cancel all your unwanted subscriptions. Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill, is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place.
And not only do they do the subscription finding for you and they can help you cancel it, but they also just like do budgeting for you automatically. I use this. Like they emailed me literally 4 days ago. They're like, hey, last 2 weeks, you've spent $95 at Chipotle. They're like, everything okay?
That kind of sucks, but it's also great.
Yeah, I know. It's like, okay, that's good to know. I did not realize that.
Hey, FYI, you're embarrassing yourself. Just want to, over 3 million people have used Rocket Money, saving an average person up to $720 a year. You simply find the subscription you don't want and press cancel, and Rocket Money will cancel it for you.
Easy.
Easy. Okay? So we have an offer for you guys. Katie, tell the people.
Stop throwing your money away. Cancel unwanted subscriptions and manage your expenses the easy way
Okay.
by going to rocketmoney.com/Trey.
Support the show. She's working the day of her birth. Let's
That's
go.
rocketmoney.com/Trey. rocketmoney.com/Trey.
What's better than finding quality candidates?
Milk.
Great guess, but no, it's finding them instantly. For
Dang
a
it.
powerful hiring partner, you need Indeed. Indeed is the hiring platform where you can attract, interview, and hire all in one place. Don't spend hours on multiple job sites looking for candidates with the right skills. We can do it all with Indeed. I hired a few people recently. They've been great. And I was messing with all the stuff. It was messy, but with Indeed, it made it so much simpler. Find top talent fast with Indeed's suite of powerful hiring tools like Indeed Instant Match. They have assessments as well as virtual interviews. Hate waiting?
Yeah.
Indeed's US data shows over 80% of Indeed employers find quality candidates whose resume on Indeed matches their job description the moment they sponsor a job. That'd be like this. Be like, I'd like a job.
Can I have a job?
Yeah. Oh,
Please?
yes.
Wow.
Oh, wait, I'm looking for a candidate.
I'll take it.
Found it.
We matched instantly.
Instant match. With Instant Match, as soon as you sponsor a post, you get a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description, and you can invite them to apply right away. Join over 3 million businesses worldwide using Indeed to hire great talent fast. Indeed knows when you're growing your own business, you have to make every dollar count. That's why with Indeed, you only pay for quality applications that match your must-have job requirements. Indeed knows hiring needs to be cost-effective when you're running your own business. So, Katie, why don't you earn it? Do it for your son. Give him the offer here. What do the people need to know?
You need to visit Indeed.com/Trey to start.
She's going into labor.
Contraction. You need to visit Indeed.com/Trey to start hiring now. Just go to Indeed.com/Trey. Indeed.com/Trey. Terms and conditions apply. Cost per application pricing not available for everyone. Need to hire?
You need Indeed.
Wow. What else? I feel like we only have one sink, but we still have 5 dudes living there, and it is just constantly full of dirty
That's what
dishes.
a dude sings for.
It is just, it's so full. It's like, oh, maybe I'll try to do some chores. Take the dishes out. Well, the dishwasher's full of dirty dishes too. How do we have
And
so many
that's
dishes?
also its storage.
Yeah.
And what's fascinating about the wife is the kitchen sink is always flawless, but her bathroom sink is the equivalent to the dude's kitchen sink.
It just transfers.
It transfers.
Yeah.
It transfers.
Transfers locations. Katie's learning a little bit too. I feel like another thing, like if there's a little bit of, the sink is always full, but what's without a doubt always messy is the countertops. Like just anything that you can imagine is on the kitchen counter. Like you can't even see the counter. Like I know when I bought it, they were granite, but now they are primarily Dominoes. You know, like that is the type of countertop I have.
Yeah, embrace it, because once you're married, the countertop, if you just like look near it, she'll be like, "You're gonna sanitize that?"
I expect you to clean it.
What's wrong with a rag and water? Sanitize. You ever bleached a countertop?
No.
I never thought I would.
Good job.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's fun. Yeah, it's just the whole thing. It's just like frat house vibes, where we all pay the same amount and get to be friends with each other. But the living room has also become a place where it's kind of like you got to be careful. Like I actually bought steel-toed boots just to walk around in my living room. You got to be careful.
Like what things are? I mean, what could possibly build up in a living room?
So you're gonna see things like an empty dog bowl. You could stub your toe on that pretty easily.
Car keys.
Yeah, a few unopened Christmas presents underneath the tree.
Unopened. Oh my gosh.
Well, we're still celebrating.
Okay.
Opened and unopened drinking vessels.
Yeah.
Beer
Probably
cans,
lots
Gatorade
of
bottles,
lots of
water
cups and
bottles.
yep, I could see that.
The soundbar of the TV just on the ground. That one is easy to trip over.
It's a good one too.
Yeah.
Do you have throw pillows on your couch?
Funny you would assume we have a couch. No, what we have is
Okay.
Yeah.
this is the most expensive piece of furniture I've ever bought, so please be respectful. Two like lazy boy recliners that are just stuck together.
Oh, I see.
And they just face the TV and they lean back and they have cup holders.
I see.
So no, there are no throw pillows on the dual recliner setup.
Okay.
right.
Okay. That's it's kind of like in Friends.
Yeah, we all
you
are
ever watch
friends.
it? Did you ever watch that? They have their two. They
Have you
their
ever heard of that show?
It's a good show. You should watch it.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'll check that out sometime.
You wear steel-toed boots, and if I wear shoes in the nursery, she will stab me.
Oh.
So
He
Is
was
it germ-free
we
zone?
just got a new white cream rug in the nursery, and they were gonna shoot up there, and I quickly realized like, oh my gosh, the new rug / I do want it to keep it, that way I can like put them on the ground in there and feel like it's clean. I was like, do not wear shoes in the nursery.
Can't put the baby down on
soft rug.
where shoes have been. I feel like this is gonna sound like I'm making this up, but every one of these things is happening on a regular basis. The toilet, and now I live in the master bedroom, but that doesn't mean it's my own private toilet because it does get used, and I know that it gets used because I get to see results.
Oh no!
I don't know what your toilet looks like, but mine feels like a challenge. Like they're like giving me like target practice or like some, just game sometimes.
Wait,
We
that
share
is-
a toilet, and she's shown me it's possible to go number 2 within 5 minutes. I never knew the human body could do it.
Yeah.
Really a fascinating thing.
That's something that I feel like female roommates, like if I had they have their own bathrooms, right? There's other bathrooms.
They do.
Like I feel like as a female roommate, you would just be like, oh, that's their bathroom. Like they wouldn't encroach
Never
it.
going-
Yeah.
I don't think it happens that often. I assume, I give him the benefit of the doubt, like he really needed to go. Someone was like in the shower or already using the bathroom. So he's like, hey, Jake's not home.
But us
I'll not
men,
flush.
we love a variety of toilet experiences.
It is kind of
Katie,
nice.
we have 4 toilets in our house. Not to brag.
Not bad.
And Katie, she uses 1. I rotate the 4
Yeah.
based on the vibes, right?
I
Maybe
think there's
some-
some like cold weather toilets and there's some like warm weather toilets. Like
Yep,
some
yep.
tile floor, if you're barefoot, that's going to be cold on your feet.
Exactly.
Make sure you got a shower mat around or just don't do that if it's cold out.
And it's interesting. 2 of our toilets have windows. 2 do not.
Okay.
So sometimes it's a really nice sunny day. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to shut myself off from the sunlight.
Get a little
so I'll
vitamin
choose
D.
One of the sunlight. Yeah, I have a little vitamin D. Sometimes maybe you're feeling a little more. You want to hunker down a little bit. It's a nice cloudy day. You want to just feel nice and like a dark basement vibe.
yeah.
I just kind of go away for a few.
That's
right.
not something girls think about because we don't spend that much time in there to think about
I
those
know.
things.
I was going to say, I think if I was in your position, I know how I would be ranking them. It would be like, how stinky is this going to be? That determines how far away I need to be from Katie.
Yeah,
Like, this is
He,
gonna be
he
a
does
ba-
not take that into consideration. Let's be clear.
Yeah. So I actually think the opposite. Sometimes like this was gonna be bad. Let's mess with her a little bit.
Let's do it on the nursery.
Let's do it in the little kitty one in the nursery.
Yeah, I feel like, and maybe that's probably just the stages we're at, because I had to go to the bathroom at Rachel's recently, and I've been in there a while. I don't like when she has to send a follow-up text. She's like,
Yeah.
how we doing in there? I'm like, you know what? I'm doing fine.
I mean,
I'm doing better than you know.
we
Yeah.
know that you guys are just sitting there on your phone. So it's
Not necessarily. I like to send her updates, and she doesn't know the phases, but I just tell her I'm on phase 4.
Yeah.
She doesn't really know if that's out of 10 or out of 5, but
Exactly.
I stay consistent
Making
with
progress.
what phase I'm on. And yeah, I did tell her, I was like, don't even come into your bedroom. Like, it is like a war zone in here.
I'm excited. It's a nice, going from there's going to be days you miss it, of course, but living with a woman is much more pleasant in almost every way. I'm excited. I mean, your roommates probably don't wake you up at 1 a.m. going, I don't feel like you were that nice to me today. But other than that,
I don't know what you're talking about.
that's like we've learned. That's like if Katie says that phrase to me, I know I'm doomed. Just out of nowhere going like, I just don't feel like you haven't been that nice to me lately. I'm just like, oh, we're going to have to really unhash some things here.
I'm trying to think.
Pregnant Katie specifically.
Yeah.
I don't think Isaac has ever said that to me.
Right.
So yeah, that part is different.
You might just be a really nice guy all the time, though.
Maybe
thought I
he
was.
he feels loved all the time. Maybe that's the difference. So anyway, yeah.
You're going to miss being pregnant, Katie?
A little bit, yeah.
Are you going to miss the fun pregnant hormones?
No.
You're not?
No. Yeah.
Got it. I did get a lot
Are you?
of...
I'm just curious. Are you gonna miss those?
they kept me on my toes. They really weren't bad. There was just a few times they were pretty exciting. But I learned how it feels with my roid rage. I had a ton of people. Can't believe how many recties in the comments on YouTube were like, Trey, I've been there. I had a steroid shot once, lost my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, probably 20 people confirmed this.
I feel like,
me, so.
the majority was like, I had a steroid shot, felt weird. There were a couple doctors, though, in the comments, I feel like I saw, or at
Were
least
there?
like pretend to be doctors. And they're like, well, the steroid shot you got was da-da-da-da-da. Roid rage comes from this type of steroid, da-da-da-da-da.
So they're saying I was making it up in my head?
That's what they're insinuating. Hey, I'm with you. I don't believe
Thank
them.
you.
I don't believe them.
I'm sure like the actual steroids do something even crazier, but I had some roid rage. I had hormones.
Yeah. Now you know.
Same thing.
Now you know.
Same thing. Katie's about to be a mom. There's a lot of famous moms out there. One example, she's devastated she can't follow anymore because she's proven to be a bad example, is, what's her name? The Momtok drama continues. The Mormon Momtok, if you remember.
Frankie Tyler Samson Paul.
Taylor Frankie Paul.
Murdoch.
She Murdoch. We talked about her on the pod, and she's back in the headline. She's been arrested. Taylor Frankie Paul, the Mormon Momtok soft swinger, was arrested on suspicion of domestic violence.
What a headline.
I think she needs to be canceled from Mom Talk, because I don't think you should just, like, being a mom and also a swinger and also arrested just doesn't go. It's not the right vibe.
Right, because
Of a mom.
it looks
Yeah.
bad on her coworkers, aka influencers, aka us.
Yeah.
It reflects very poorly on the industry.
I wanted to become a mom talker and now I can't.
That's absolutely it.
It's been tainted.
yeah.
It's kind of like, I was in a fraternity, so when frat guys act up, it's like, hey, don't let me in with those guys.
Yeah.
The influencer's the same thing. Mm-hmm. She's making us look bad. And we need to speak up for ourselves. I've never committed domestic violence.
Correct?
Thank you. And I've never soft swung.
I don't know.
Well, now that brings up an interesting point, because a lot of people would think soft swinging and domestic violence are different. But think about the word soft swinging.
Oh, maybe it's all the same.
We should have seen this coming all along. She's
like,
been saying, I am a swinger.
Yeah.
I swing all the time.
I've been lightly hitting guys for years. I thought I made this clear.
I said that my husband was okay with me soft swinging.
She's a sheltered Mormon. She doesn't know what swinging means.
And now I get in trouble for hitting my husband? I'm a swinger. That's what I
I thought
do.
y'all were all about this. What are the details of this? Does it say anything?
We have the police report.
Oh.
Zoom that in for me. On Friday, February 17th, 11 p.m., police responded to an incident of domestic violence. They conducted an investigation, determines that probable cause existed for the arrest of Taylor Frankie Paul. She's 28 years old, by the way. Misdemeanor charges of assault, criminal mischief, and commission of domestic violence in the presence of a child. She was taken into custody and booked in Salt Lake County Jail on these charges. She was granted permission to go live on TikTok in her jail cell. No, it doesn't say that. In presence of a child. That's sad.
What is criminal mischief?
Oh, I feel like I've committed that.
I mean, that just
I've been
seems like
mischievous
made
before.
up. Let's see.
That might be a Utah select law. Like she was just generally being ornery.
It's whenever someone intentionally damages someone else's property without their consent.
Mischief is
Isn't
a
that
funny
also
word.
called vandalism?
I don't know. I've like broken things with my friends just because it's funny.
Criminal mischief.
There it is.
Mischievous.
In presence of a child. I guess that's the big kicker. Is it her child? His child? Does she have? She's a mom, right?
Gotta be.
It's just getting darker now. But before it was kind of like cute and funny, like these crazy
kind of
Mormon
hilarious,
moms. But
yeah.
she's got a problem. So
Yeah.
hope
That's
that
what the
gets-
spotlight will do to you.
Really? Oh no.
I'm escalating.
We're about to get real
according to
mischievous
you,
up in
so,
here.
yeah.
Hope we don't get too mischievous.
Easy on the mischief.
Easy. More news. This has been. Don't get all fired up, everyone, or algorithm. This is more confirmed. The Energy Department finds COVID-19 most likely emerged from a lab. Isn't that crazy?
I
I
didn't
remember reading this
realize
like
that
a year
was-
ago. They were like, we think it's a lab, and now I guess it's more and more likely. That's actually crazy to actually think about. COVID was like engineered in a lab. I mean, you're led to believe they were trying to weaponize a certain thing.
It's also
it
crazy
accidentally
that
got out,
we're
right?
just now, like,
Or did
how
it?
do we not know this, you know?
Oh wow! I mean, everyone's reporting on this. I'm looking
Yes.
at now the Wall Street Journal.
Wall Street Journal. Yeah, it's not some crazy
I had no idea.
mainstream news. They're like, yeah,
Lab
they made it
leak
in a
most
lab.
likely caused pandemic.
So
That is a bummer.
bats everywhere are livid.
Yeah,
They got a terrible rap.
but also kind of a new start. It's like, hey, let's start getting this. You know, everyone share the article.
We
bring
can be cute.
Bring
Remember-
bats back.
Remember bats? We were kind of like fun and spooky during
Yeah.
Halloween.
Bruce Wayne. he
Which
was-
you guys have already set up for Halloween?
Yes, we
I've
still have
heard.
our buckets up.
And the poor bats got a bad rap. I guess the Chinese, they just said, what's the first thing we can blame? Those upside down hanging birds.
I actually was learning about bats recently. This is not my rabbit hole of the week, which we'll tell you guys about that later. But
New
bats,
segment alert.
I guess, is a miniature rabbit hole. Bats are fascinating because they can carry all these diseases and not be affected by them. Like you can just give bats everything. I mean, give them a little leprosy, give them a little Ebola, little E. coli, little jaundice while you're at it, and they're just like, no big deal. We use echolocation, so we got it all down. So yeah, that's why it's like there's like a cave in like Kenya. I'm like regurgitating something I read on Reddit like 12 days ago, so forgive me. And they say it's like the scariest place on earth because they think that's where Ebola came from and some other like crazy like skin-eating disease came from
Ew.
this one cave because there's all these bats in there that have all these diseases. And so that's why it's so dangerous to like consume a bat because they're riddled with disease and they're not affected by it.
I mean, yeah, I think I'm back on the train of like, let's hate bats.
Oh, well, how about this?
Is it just me or should we start hating bats?
So it's crazy. This is. Wait, should we save it for the segment? Or that's because I weirdly remember learning about bats too.
Okay.
But I think it's something like there's bats are like the most populous like creature on the planet.
More than bugs? Not like bugs
not-
specifically, but like one of the bugs.
More than rats and
Over 1,400 species. What's interesting is I think for over 1,400 species, only 2 like suck blood.
Oh, okay.
Bats?
So it's actually like you look at a bat and you're like
Suck
they're coming
blood?
to suck blood.
Vampire.
Vampire, the
Yeah.
whole thing. What?
I thought that was made up.
Oh, no, you did.
It was a lab.
So I thought that was interesting. And how about this, Katie? Without bats, you can say goodbye to mangoes. You want to get sure you want to get rid of those bats
Wait,
because they're
I
like
did-
a big bumblebee. They help pollinate.
Okay.
Over 300 species
So-
of fruit depend on bats for
so these
pollination.
bats that have all these diseases are pollinating our fruit? That seems a little risky.
The part that pollinates isn't affected by the diseases.
You like tequila? They help pollinate agave. Do you like tequila? Yeah.
I'm
Thanks,
skeptical.
bats.
I'm skeptical.
Agave, the honey is really good. Agave
True.
lemonade.
Agave. Yeah. Why did I say tequila? That's not made of agave. Agave is
It
that's
it
just a
is.
sweet
I trust you.
blue agave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was right.
Right?
Agave is very
Oh,
versatile.
you're right. You're right. Sorry. Yeah.
Versatile
I'm an idiot.
little
I'm an
thing.
idiot. They're the only flying animal.
What?
Only flying mammal is what I meant to say.
Like, I'm not looking at what you're
If
looking
you
at, but
see
I don't
bird-
think that's true.
So no, you just don't have a good eyesight. Everything flying is a bat.
Probably the most patriotic animal. The
bald bat.
The bald bat. Yeah.
The bald bat is a majestic creature. Only flying mammal, which is interesting.
Did you guys know the bat is the only thing that can fly? That was great that you said that.
You know, bats. They're the only thing that is up after the sun goes down.
The only thing.
Yeah.
The only
Wow.
animal that's black, I
The
think, too.
only nocturnal animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are a lot of stuff.
Okay, I'm really thinking about this whole thing. I think I would be okay with no mangoes if like
You're gonna sacrifice mangoes for bats.
if
When's the bat bothered you?
when things like Ebola happen, that bothers me.
Ebola bothered you?
Yeah.
Why?
He bothered.
I mean, it just killed. I mean, it just pretty instantly kills people. So,
Yeah, that does bother me too. I'll be the
Yeah.
first to admit Ebola, not a fan.
yeah, not a fan, right? I mean, I don't know anyone who is. So,
I've seen the comments that people have been wanting us to take a stance on Ebola, and we wanted to get the facts. And now that we learned that bats are the only thing that fly, I'm ready to say we are anti-Ebola.
Anti-Ebola.
We don't want it. I hope you don't have it.
Good gosh. I hope someone comes over and you ever seen those big, huge wooden bats that carry people on water? The bats are the only animals that swim. Yeah, but that is actually insane that they confirmed COVID was made in a lab. It's terrifying.
it's pretty
That's
scary.
why we're allowed to talk about it now.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah. I remember I was having fun saying it was made in a lab last year. I
Yeah.
was like 50-50, and I guess I look cool now, but
And now the Wall Street Journal is posting it. It's wild.
didn't ask me for an interview. Whatever.
That's all right. I found the cave I was talking about. I just Googled it. Kidum Cave. It's located in Kenya. That's where Ebola and the Marburg virus disease originated. Katie, you're the former doctor. What is the Marburg virus?
It eats your skin, and then you die.
That sounds brutal.
Is that what is it?
Let's see.
Be good. The Marburg.
Yeah, it says high fever, severe headache, muscle aches and pains, severe watery diarrhea. Okay, abdominal pain, cramping.
I think I have that.
Yeah. She got a Marburg baby. In
I
there.
think I have that right now.
I mean, he is upside down. What else is? Bats. Oh, great. We're having a dadgum Murdoch bat boy.
And then
Wish
one day,
us luck.
and then one day he will be Batman.
Mango Man.
Anyway, I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. What we're having a kid this week. What are you doing this week? Anything
This week,
similar?
what am I doing? Tonight, I've got a friend in town. And so we're going out to dinner, and then we're going to Chicken and Pickle.
So you're like, I have a friend coming to town. Trey's baby. No. You go to Chicken and Pickle?
Yeah, just going to play a little pickleball.
You still
Probably-
pickling quite a bit?
I'm not. I thought I would. I think I said on the podcast, like, I'll probably pick it up this winter. I did not.
Wow,
Well,
what a shame.
If you are interested this week or next, my father is in town and he plays hours every day.
He said he got a rating or something. Are there ratings?
Yeah, there's like,
What
yeah.
rating are you?
Me? Oh, I thought you were looking at
You.
Katie. I was like, yeah, Katie. Batgirl, what are you? I think I won some 4.0 tournaments and did all right at some 4.5
What's
tournaments.
the highest?
5.0 is kind of like right there where you're at like pro level.
What's your dad, you know?
I don't know. He was talking about like going to play some open play that was like 2.0 or 2.5, but he was like not sure if that was right. But I didn't know if he meant that was too easy or too hard.
Do you not hear him? He goes, there's like, I did see there's a kind of some games running at 2.5 level, but I'd whoop those guys. So I don't know. Maybe he's up there.
Maybe I need to invite him.
Yeah.
Honestly, the way you started that, Katie, I thought you were like, hey, I don't know, like this week or next week, do you want to like babysit for us? I was like, I'm already getting hit up to babysit.
Oh, here we go.
Kid's not even here yet.
Yeah, when can we get a babysitter?
Yeah, when's it appropriate?
When should we?
Once the parents leave town,
Yeah.
fire away.
I have
think
a
it's gonna
reservation
be
Friday
a
night, by the way.
few weeks
Missed the
before I'm
reservation
gonna be
Friday
okay
night.
with that. Yeah.
All right.
It is. It's gonna be a party. We have a bunch of family all in town, all just hanging all week.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that is fun. I had that a little bit this weekend. My parents came up. Rachel's mom was in town. It was a good time. Taught him some board games. Had fun. Went out to dinner.
I'm excited. I think a lot of recties are very excited. We have a lot of this is a little late. I still want to do this. Well, I forgot we have a couple videos from fans.
Oh, right
It made
on.
me think
Better late than never.
It made me think of this because there was another video submission of a woman holding a small child. So I don't know if if they're just like hormones attracting these types of listeners. Katie's, it can be emitted.
Hey guys, love the podcast. Congrats to Trey and Katie. By this time, you'll probably have had the baby. Congrats to Jake on the engagement. And Daryl, to you, congrats on baby number 3. This is my number 3 out of 4, so it's a wild ride. The third one's always the wild card, but it's a lot of fun and it's worth it. I wanted to respond to you guys because last week you were talking about your new neighbor knowing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and Jake mentioned how they start from the ground, and actually that's not true.
Okay.
Most of the matches, they do start
Well, you don't know how Eddie
standing,
does it,
so
but...
that neighbor might come in handy. My boys and my husband have been doing BJJ for years, and he might actually come in handy. So anyway, thanks, guys.
Did she send a video just to clown on me?
Yeah.
I think she wants to wrestle me.
I didn't
I
know.
like the way she described having 4 kids. She's like, it is worth it. Like,
The little girl's like sticking her tongue out at her mom.
you ever realize, like, yeah, I got married, man, and it's worth it.
It is a
It's worth.
Just the way
It's
to
worth
describe
it.
I know what you're thinking.
gift every
but
day.
We make it work. Well, thank you for the submission, and thank you for that. Wait, play the other video. She has proof here that jiu-jitsu begins on the feet. Yeah, there they are. They're on their feet.
Watch them.
already.
They're going to mount each other in 3 seconds.
Oh, see? He
Look
went
how
right to
tiny
the
they
knee.
are.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and
Oh.
then this is, I mean, point proven.
Eddie did the same thing to me. The pavement hurt.
This is awesome.
Those kids are like so little.
It'd be tough to get your kid in that, right? It's one thing if he gets crossed up, but if he leaves with just like his arms like this way, you're like, you tried your best.
Good try on your BJJ today.
Yeah, it's okay, buddy.
Yeah, I also didn't claim to. I'm not sure if I did the official version of BJJ, but I know when I did it, there was a lot of wrestling on the ground, and I don't know if this is even a sanctioned.
You did it country
guy.
style.
Yeah, I think I did.
You did wrestling. That's what you did.
I did good old boy Murdoch wrestling.
Yeah.
So I believe you. I believe you.
Thank you for the submission. Okay, we're gonna get some segments. First and foremost, we have a new segment alert.
Yeah.
Woo, woo. Give me a wee wee, Katie. New segment alert. New segment alert.
So like
Don't do that again. That was grating on the ears.
Take off the headphones.
Down the rabbit hole, where we take you down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
down the rabbit hole.
Yes. This will infuriate Katie.
Yeah. It involves rabbits.
A lot
so
of
she's
rabbit
gonna-
talk
Where
around
we
here.
take
Tune
you.
out.
What we've been learning recently. Jake, take us down
I feel like I'm just
the rabbit hole.
love learning stuff. The internet is vast, and so we're gonna start this new segment. Let us know what you think. Just taking you where the internet's taking me. Trey, Katie, Family Man. Did you know there is a species of jellyfish called the immortal? What?
Can it fly?
So it's a swimming bat,
Okay, now I'm picturing it.
jelly bat. No, there is a species of jellyfish called the immortal jellyfish that can potentially live forever. When it faces stress or danger, such as like physical injury or even starvation, it can actively revert back to its juvenile state and start its life cycle all over again. Oh yeah, Derek's got a little picture here. There's a little life cycle. So the immortal jellyfish can transform one type of cell into another type of cell. This means that it could turn its muscle cells into egg or sperm cells. Lucky. Which then can develop into a new jellyfish.
What? Wow.
I
How's that
mean-
make you jealous, Katie?
Well, I'm having a hard time believing because I can see your computer and it's just in your notes. You made this up?
Copy and paste?
I'm just kidding.
That's fast.
Katie sees me typing it.
Jake's like, ooh, this is a fun story. Yeah, immortal
Are
jellyfish.
scientists, are they tapping in how, like, you know, I hear we're at the age start to hear girls talk about Botox, maybe a little this, maybe a little that. Are scientists tapping into this thing? How do we?
I
how do
know.
we become
I think
immortal?
Kinda, sounds like stem cells.
Yeah, maybe that's what they're trying to do with stem cells. I don't know. Once again, you're the doctor. I'm not the doctor. I don't even know how to wrestle. But I think it's, at first I was like, oh, it's only a jellyfish? Like, how cool is it? An immortal cheetah. That's pretty fun.
Because jellyfish, they're hardly real at all anyways.
You don't really see them. If anything, I'm always like scared of them, get stung by them. But like, yeah, if we start to adapt this, immortal elephants, immortal humans, that could get fun. That could get scary
AI.
too.
That sounds really scary.
How scary.
Chat GPT.
Like,
immortal.
Maybe, thank goodness it is a jellyfish. Imagine if it was an immortal Kardashian. That's scary.
We could never get away from it. That is scary. No jellyfish. Do they have brains? Do jellyfish have brains? No.
Jellyfish have no single centralized brain. Good. Like Bitcoin.
Good.
Decentralized.
My gosh. Yeah. Can you imagine if the U.S. banks were immortal? We could never get out.
Yeah, Sally Mae would be just fine.
I did see Khloe Kardashian was in the news. Someone came at her because it looked like she had some face surgery. She was like, well, joke's on you. I had a tumor removed.
It happened to be some of the tissue in my face.
I know. I like the one time, like, well, I actually did, and you should feel bad.
Yeah.
Like, what about the other 17?
Yeah, I mean, why are people even like commenting on that? Yes, they
Like,
get a lot of stuff done to them.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. I think that politician is lying to us to like get money.
It's like-
They all do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, I think it's so right now, just know there's immortal jellyfish and it ends with the jellyfish for now. But I mean, who knows if this is coming for humans?
Do they live like in the deep, like, did it take a long time to find these because they're like really deep in the ocean, or?
I'm not sure an elevation, biome for the immortal jellyfish. I didn't have that in my notes that I typed myself.
You
But
didn't,
I don't
you didn't think about that part of the story is what I'm hearing.
I didn't include that part in my own fictional story.
I figured I'd find some holes.
But I would guess you don't have to worry about them like next trip to like seaside.
Okay.
But then again, it would be nice to talk to him. Immortal jellyfish, yeah. Immortal human. I feel like if humans had the chance to be immortal, they would still procrastinate on it. They were like, "Hey, I can like regenerate my cells. I'm about to die. I'll just do it tomorrow. It's 11 p.m.
Can we not?
I'll just sleep on it."
Can we not? Man, well, thank you for sharing that. Keep us posted off.
I will keep you
changes.
posted if the news changes.
I've been learning a little. I went down a little mini rabbit hole on just social media in general and like the influencer economy and all that. Because once a year, something I'm like, what if my career ends?
Totally.
What if you what?
My career is over.
Oh, okay.
Because I read one article that's like social media is coming to an end, and here's why.
That's why I'm becoming a comedian also, to support our
Thank
family.
God.
To support our family.
We need it. But anyway, I saw this article. Well, it was like about our teenage girls. As you guys, it's well documented. Teenagers right now, it's like mental health crisis, all that, but particularly girls. I think I mentioned this on an episode a while back because boys, girls' obsession is like Instagram and like these vain kind of like false highlight reel-y things, whereas like boys' obsession is video games. There's like community and like want to goal together to be Victor Royale.
Interesting.
Which we definitely have probably an epidemic of boys just being dorks
And like
but they're
not socializing.
sad.
I see.
And like lazy. Yeah.
Wow. But they're just trying to look at like what's happening to the teenagers and this and that, and apparently through all these different against what one would think, all these different studies they've done is like it's really hard to pinpoint social media as like the reason.
Really?
Yeah, they can't. It's like what everyone thinks is like clearly social media is screwing up our young girls, but they're like, well, it's actually the data doesn't really show that. It's like what is happening. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain like just human nature issues. They're always going to be around. Like, no matter what generation you're in, bullying is always going to be a problem. We can't just eradicate bullying.
Yeah.
Right.
If 50 years ago they got bullied different than they do now. Now it's in a Call of Duty like Warzone 2.0 proximity chat, which is and back in the day it was probably an actual Warzone. It was like he's making fun of my trench foot. you know, and it's like you got to deal with that.
My torn foot? Was that in the old games?
I'm saying like in an actual war, like
actual
World
war.
War One trench
Yeah.
warfare. That's how they got bullied, and now it's just like online.
Me.
Yeah, it's like there's certain things that are always going to be around, like depression, anxiety. That is interesting that social media is not a factor. I feel like it's got to be. Like,
It's got to be a factor.
It can't be helping.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can't be helping. It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, I'm not the first person to say this by any means, but just like the generation that like grows up, obviously on the phones and on the screens, but even just like a generation that grows up seeing their own face. I think about that sometimes, like how little I saw myself. I saw what I looked like. I saw what my outfit, I saw what my body looked like from a distance. I just never saw that from ages, 0 to 15.
Yeah.
This article I read describing what I'm talking about, I thought was interesting. It says like, maybe in a few years we'll see it's like social media is this great, like obviously bad for us is like cigarettes, that took a long time. But the early data doesn't really suggest that. And this writer is saying like, I'm guessing this is a little bit more like attention alcohol, like a substance that for most people you can enjoy
In moderation.
whatever, but for a certain few, it's just disastrous. Because it says, just as academics now believe we overrated the danger of online echo chambers, in fact, social media probably exposes us to a much wider range of views than cable news did.
Yeah.
We'll realize that we unfairly blame social media for declining mental health. Which that kind of blew my mind. Because I feel like everyone's like, well, social media is making everyone crazy. But it's like cable news used to have like one channel. Now you have thousands.
Okay. Also,
That's interesting,
cable
like,
news
counter-argument.
is way worse than social media. Have you ever watched the news? It is.
It's just lame.
It's like everything bad, just like bad. It just makes you feel scared and sad and
True. You don't get fun, cool. Cable didn't show fun, cool guys like us.
yeah.
No, they did not.
No, they didn't. Telling you bats. Every animal besides humans a bat. I'd like to keep up in the ante.
There's humans and then there's bats.
That's just kind of
CNN's not going to tell you that.
They're not.
Okay, sorry. I need a break. I really have to pee.
Oh, I thought you were like
It's only urine.
fine.
It's only
Well,
urine.
everyone, give it up for Katie. Katie's
going to the
have a baby
bathroom.
soon. We're gonna wrap up the episode without you, or you can come back. I guess we might be done with it.
I can
Just go pee. You got this.
I was really trying, but I.
All right, get the waddle on through there.
Look at her go.
What is like Terry Bradshaw said to Andy Reid? It's a we'll waddle on over here, big guy.
Yeah, the guy just won a Super Bowl. He's like, hey, biggin, why don't you plop your big feet over here?
Everyone anchor themselves. Here comes Fatty. That was bad. Oh, what was I gonna say? I was about to. Oh, and maybe cable news, Fox, seeing it. Made me think of Tucker Carlson. Made me think of. Have you been seeing this? What's Asbury revival? Mm-hmm. Everywhere.
Yeah.
That's great. I read an article on that. If you haven't seen that, some small. It's like a Christian school in Kentucky. Had a church service that's just hasn't ended in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
and
awesome.
the best part of it is, I guess Tucker Carlson and company want to come cover it, and they're like, "No, you can't."
Oh, really?
Which is genius.
Yeah, definitely.
Good for them, because
Good,
that would have
yeah.
just ruined it. And then you're like, just picking sides. I know.
That's a
Good for
bummer
them.
too that like news stations feel like they need to go there because I know they
Yeah.
don't want to go ruin something. They just want to cover it, but it's
Sure.
also like maybe just leave it alone.
Good for them saying no. And I
Yeah.
know a few like celebs have showed up, and I think like they're allowed to show up, but they're not throwing them on stage or anything.
Yeah.
That's just kind of cool. I feel like because Gen Z gets the bad rap of just like it's a bunch of kooky tie-dye haired freaks or something.
Tie-dye and
kind of like
Tide Pods.
millennials back in the day. Like they're a bunch of lazy bums.
Uh-huh.
But a bunch of Gen Z kids just humbly just like holding a church service for weeks on end.
Yeah. Just doing it
Inviting a bunch of
themselves.
people in.
Yeah.
No, pushing away big celebrities and stuff.
It's fun.
Fun news story.
I like Gen Z. They're hard workers. They
I
think
wanna be
they
Gen
think
Z.
for themselves.
I really do. Okay. That was down the rabbit hole. A
Yeah, it
couple of
was.
them.
That did feel holy.
There it is. Fun.
I think Katie actually
did
left
end
because
holy.
we were
Wow, that's
talking
special.
about. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is rabbit
Wow.
holy. Yeah, but Katie was like, "This is about rabbits."
She's heading to the revival, actually. I want to do a quick. This popped in my head. I just want to do it. How much time we've been going?
About an hour.
We'll do a little short episode in case she goes into labor. Correct unpopular opinions.
Correct.
Correct
Unpopular. Okay.
Unpopular opinions.
I'm ready for it.
If you don't have one, that's fine. But this has been on my mind for years, and it just popped in my head. I got to tell people about it. Correct unpopular opinion, Katie. I go to a nicer restaurant where they go, "Sir, would you like some fresh cracked Would you like some fresh cracked bats?
Do they always say it like this?
Do you want bats? Do you want some fresh cracked black pepper?
Got it.
How do the number one, good job waiters for saying that.
Yeah.
I've never had
So
them
would you like
stumble
some
like
fresh cracked black pepper? Yeah, it's tough.
that. The answer's always yes. Love black pepper.
Okay.
And the answer is always never enough. Have you ever, they start cracking it, and I tell you what, I've never had the wherewithal, the guts to just hold my own and be like, I really want you to crank this for 40 seconds.
I want you to have to switch hands because your forearm is hurting so bad on the first one.
Mm-hmm. And my correct unpopular opinion is that there's no such thing as too much black pepper.
Gotcha.
And I don't know when they ask me when, and I'll there's been a couple of times I've tried and they'll hold up, kind of like, I guess he doesn't know how this works. Besides desserts, I want it on everything.
Really?
Mac and cheese.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Spaghetti.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're just naming pasta.
Huh?
You're just naming
Well, I
pasta.
only named 2 things. I only named 2 things.
Okay.
Bats. Name a food you don't want black pepper on.
Maybe that fetus sheet cake.
Fetus sheet cake. I'll do it. I'll try it.
Sheetus.
I don't know, but I disagree with that. There is a point where
No such
there's
thing.
enough. Yeah.
Interesting. Have you seen the pepper addict in action?
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
the craving.
He does really like really good seasoned food. A lot of pepper, a lot of salt. Like in a good way. You're a good cook.
That's how I am with vegetables. Like Brussels sprouts? Yeah, let's dump a pound of salt on it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll
That's
eat them.
great. That's great.
It tastes amazing.
Do you have any correct unpopular opinions, Katie, about childbirth? Give us your take on what you should and shouldn't do when it comes to giving birth to a child.
Oh. Well, I haven't done it yet.
Okay.
But
Yeah, don't do that. I just like. I think I mentioned this last week. Just that we're entering in the whole parenthood. It's a whole nother realm of opinions and judgment that I think will be very fun. We mentioned last week, like we might induce a handful of people don't ever induce.
Oh,
Inducing,
that was
you're never supposed to do
okay.
that. And I was like, you're not.
On my, I posted like, oh, happy due date, whatever, a few days ago.
Very
and
cute post, by the way.
Thank you,
You're
thank
glowing.
you. Except a lot of opinions on what I should and shouldn't do. So, and I love that because like they know nothing about me and like the health of me and my baby, but
Yeah.
love the opinions.
Never induce. I swear, one was like, I gave birth at 52 weeks. We waited it out.
I'm still a little shook
Came
about
out
the video
and
from
said,
last
"What's
week.
up?"
The woman who was measuring 47 weeks and had an 11-pound baby.
Thank you. Last night when you're like, I'm so pregnant, I was like, well, think about the recti. You gave birth to a small whale.
Yeah, I'm still shook by that.
Big bat.
Big bat.
Big swim bat.
Yeah. So thanks for letting us know.
I think my version of the pepper is granola on my acai bowls. There is no amount of granola that will be enough to satisfy me.
Big granola guy.
So good. Because there's always so much acai, and I would love to have an equal amount of granola to go with every bite, and there never is. I get down to the bottom, and I've ran out of granola.
You get acais a lot?
Yeah, really into
Where
them
at?
right now. There's a place by my house called Fuel Cafe, but Nectar's really great too.
You ever
Nectar's
heard of Ruby Jeans?
Oh, never been to Rubes.
Have you heard of it?
Is it up by
Have
you
you heard
guys?
of it?
No, never even heard of it.
There-
They have a
There's-
couple locations.
There's
Ruby?
one in Whole Foods. There's one on
Troost.
on Troost.
Ooh,
It's really, and then there's a third one somewhere.
It
Cool.
is one of my all-time favorites. You'll love
I
it.
didn't even know about Ruby J's. That's fun. But yeah, my version, like, because they're not cranking granola, like this enough. So I am playing with the different verbiage because it's on the front end. Like, what would you like today? I say this acai bowl on top. Let's do strawberries, whatever, agave, throw a little tequila on
Thanks,
there.
Bats.
And thank you, Baddies. And then I say something with granola. I started by saying, and can I get extra granola? That's not even close to enough. I gotta butter them up a little bit. I gotta Robert Frost them a little bit. I gotta really use my words wisely.
Dude, we all know our system stinks. The metric system's far superior.
Yeah.
We need a system for customization of orders.
Yeah.
Because I've had the problem both ways, right? Chipotle, I want a little bit of the peppers. That doesn't exist to Chipotle workers. I don't know if they need new tongs or what's happening. I go just a maybe, and I have to finally start going, I want 4 peppers. And Starbucks. I want the nice latte with the cream, but the way it comes, it's just like, I mean, half the thing's just sugary cream. I'm like, I want to taste the coffee, but I want a little bit. So I tried a little bit, just a tiny. I tried all these. That didn't work. Just a little bit. No. Just a splash. No. I would try to go, I just want a teaspoon of it. Didn't work. I said, I just want literally like a fourth of a teaspoon of it.
Get a little bit in your mouth and then just
baby bird it. And then
Squirt
finally,
it
I
in.
just started going, I want the coffee and the foam stuff on the side.
I will do it.
On the side, I do that.
I
And then I
was-
mixed it like a psychopath. And then every time, like on the side, yeah, just like in a separate cup, it's just not even worth it.
Honestly,
You're
that
right.
might be what you need to say. You order a separate cup of granola.
Yeah, because then it messes with them and they give you too much.
Yeah, then they don't I don't even know what the standard is for this. I've never
Yeah,
seen this before.
yeah.
Yeah, I've tried different things. I try like different, almost like pseudo measurements. Like instead of like, yeah, can I get extra granola? Hey, can I just get a ton of granola? Hey, can I hey, make your boss call you in tomorrow with how much granola you gave me? I tried that one time and they didn't think it was as funny as I did.
What in the world?
But my
Yeah,
new
don't say that on
strategy
Truce.
is just to really be a really nice guy and make them want to give me more granola. So I just come in hyper friendly, really
think
fun.
that's gonna work.
And then I'm
That's-
like, what do I want? I'll tell you. Well, one thing, I love granola. So however much you give me, I love granola. And then it's like they want to help me. That's the key.
Yeah, and then they always say, they say, like you said, make them love you. Love is a very powerful tool, but nothing gets the people under control more than fear. So maybe you go in there acting crazy. You're like, you're barking and stuff. You're like, I have a strange problem, or a granola is my only cure. I need a pound of it, and they'll give you the granola.
Fear does work wonders. Maybe we could have one of my hands in my hoodie pocket. Let them just come up with whatever conclusions they want to. Guy needs granola.
I'm not sure.
I'm hungry.
Maybe it's just like a BYOG. It's like bring your own granola.
Yogurt on.
Bring your own granola.
Oh,
Big.
bagel yogurt orange
Be your own.
grains.
Be your own gut. Bring your own gun.
That's not what I was suggesting.
Yeah, but it is a thing. I remember at Chick-fil-A. Can I get any sauce for you? Yeah. Can I get like a handful of honey roasted barbecue? Don't use handful. That's not going to get you the amount you want. You got to just tell them.
2, 3.
Wow,
4.
I really want an acai bowl now.
Let's go get one.
Ruby
I'm
Jeans.
starving. Dude, Ruby Jean's amazing. Shout out, y'all.
Thanks
I
for
love
telling me
it.
about that.
Yeah, go try it out.
Look it up right now.
Do it in honor of my Murdoch
Baby.
bat boy. Thank y'all for listening. Really appreciate y'all feel like distant friends. We're actually putting together. We're trying to do a live podcast show.
Oh, yeah.
People of to let you know. People of Seattle, let us know if you'd be interested. We're looking at that as show 1, and Katie'd be there. We'll all be there, and maybe our little bad boy. But say a prayer that it's going well. He's very likely born.
He will. I hope that when this is aired, he is born. That would
Well,
be.
no,
I scheduled
Derek's
for 4
scheduled
a.m.
For 4 a.m. Oh, could be close.
Ooh.
Hopefully, but still, hopefully, yes.
I still would like that.
Agree.
I'm going in at 7 p.m.
Okay, so when all you guys set because we know you guys set your alarm at 4 a.m. to listen to this. Thank you. Say a prayer because he'll be born right at that time.
That is
That's
so
when you
fun.
were born too, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. How cute is that?
That's so cute.
Yeah, and so thank you guys so much, and then guys, So by after lunch we can get together and work some.
Cool.
You're gonna
8
be.
hours.
You're gonna be busy.
Isn't that wild? My dad literally. I say that on a new bit. People love it. My dad literally. That was normal. I was born at 4 a.m. and he went into work after lunch.
Really? He's like, I'm not going to go in right away.
Which, yeah, it's different now, and it's probably good that that's changed. But also, what a work ethic the generation had. Like, can you imagine? That's
Because
the
he didn't
last thing I
sleep
want to
that
do.
night either.
Right. That's
He
the last
stayed
thing I
up all
want to do.
night.
That's wild.
That is a difference.
I mean, do you remember what your dad did?
I'm trying to think of the day I was born. I know
It was your birthday, so it was probably a blur.
It was one of my favorite birthdays.
All you could hear was happy birthday. Or something.
Yeah. Do you remember hearing your dad's voice?
happy birthday. I got to go to work.
Or my dad's been joking. He's like, so it's like a funny now, but he low-key missed my birth because he ran out to grab food.
He didn't miss your birth.
Okay, not the actual birth.
Yeah.
But he went out while my mom was in active labor. He went out and had a sit-down meal with
A sit down
with
meal.
her dad.
Oh, wow.
But again, that's that time, right? Like now, it's I think I'd be arrested if I tried to leave while she was in labor. But Back in the day, you'd be like, honey, you good?
The
I'm hungry.
The generation before that, the men weren't even part of it.
Did you guys see that video
Right.
where the men wanted to be, but the women didn't want them to be part of it?
Like 50 years ago or something?
Yeah.
And what'd you say?
Trench foot days.
Your grandma, who's like in her 90s.
Yeah, she still thinks that she is a little confused, but she still thinks that like when she had babies, they just put her to sleep and she woke up with a baby, and she didn't have C-sections.
Is that crazy? So like
That's a
people
lot
who
to
gave
process.
birth in like I guess it'd be the 40s or 50s, like they would just put you fully under anesthesia and
let's
extract the baby.
Let's rethink about that. My mom wasn't born in the 40s or the 50s. This is
I
like
was talking about your mom. Does she have an older brother?
yeah, but
Does she have an older brother?
He wasn't born in the 40s or 50s either. My parents are not that old.
She has a brother who's 17 years older.
No, he's.
Oh, okay.
But that's not that long ago. Is what I'm saying. Like,
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah.
Katie's mom was born
She's
in
trying to
the
get me in
40s.
Yeah.
Katie's mom's born in the 40s.
Katie is, I think,
Katie's 39.
I hope
48?
she doesn't listen to this.
Katie's 48.
It's a miracle.
Man. Oh, well. Yeah. Appreciate you guys.
This one's for the
Keep
bats.
me posted. This one's for the bats out there. Here we go. Let's go have a child after we get a smoothie.
Go get him. Go
Like,
get him
subscribe.
today.
Love you guys.
Push, Katie.
Correct opinion.